I've worked with a couple students actually who have been in summer school, and it's been a major focus for them to be able to continue with like their regular class just to keep going through school. And one student I've worked with was really struggling with math. She just hadn't had the opportunity at that point really just to have someone on her be like, hey, this is what we need to work on, this is where we're going to go. And it was great because Northside Tutoring was able to kind of provide that support that she didn't really have yet and really help that student get where she wanted to go and she was able to continue. Personal joy of mine has always been watching them learn how to do one really big complicated problem. At the beginning of one of our first tutoring sessions, we'd probably meet for a couple and be like, okay, here's this like really big complicated problem. Say there's, when we work in geometry, there's like lots of angles, lots of lines, you're like, what is going on? And then a couple sessions from then, they were like, oh, this isn't so bad at all. And it's great just to see something that was originally really confusing, challenging, didn't understand at all, just something that, oh, I've got this, I can do this.
He's extremely improved me with math. I was completely average before I started and met him, and he's brought me above and beyond. Right now we're doing algebra. I've already done algebra with him maybe a year or 2 years ago, so I'm very ahead of the game because of him, and I just feel like I'm in the perfect spot because of him.
I personally think that students learn better when they are not being like told what to do, but I'm explaining stuff to them, but I also want them to do problems and I want them to get stuck, and then I want them to be like kind of talk through where they're stuck with me, and then I'm trying to provide, I'm providing help, but I'm trying to provide as little helps as I can so that they can get to where they're going on their own and they can also get unstuck themselves, right? Because when it comes time for them to take tests or assessments in school, they're not going to have me by their side taking the test with them. So I want them to be able to problem solve on their own, think through where they're struggling. And in our sessions, of course, I'll be there to explain and see like, hey, this is how you should do it. But I really want to make sure they understand how to do it every single time they're doing it. So when they go solve a math problem, like they can replicate that 20 more times in any test that they're given. So that's kind of my goal when I'm tutoring.
He definitely made math, he was very good at explaining individual process for each, individual math problem, and really helped me grasp kind of the different ideas in mathematics. Really helped with that for sure. Once beforehand when I was tutoring with Robert, it really helped me, especially with math. I think a lot of the skills he taught me in math and algebra helped me excel a lot in algebra, geometry, during those high school years for sure at Holy Spirit Prep. That on-hand kind of work, it really helped. It was definitely a much faster process since we had all the physical materials there with us.
Usually with my students, I like to actually make it fun and interactive, like whether it be showing videos, whether it be like maybe setting up like a race to compete to do the problems, but usually quality over quantity is really important. And I just like to make it more fun and engaging because that's how I would have wanted it. Say like for one person it was, for a bunch of people it was like in preparation for a math exam or something, and whenever they gave me the material, initially, out of all of the problems on the page, they would probably only get like 2 or 3 right. And then after a few lessons, we ended up getting all the answers on the page right, and I don't know, it's really awesome just to see like the satisfaction on the kids' faces.